my yarny friends, I'm Sara and welcome or welcome back to my crochet channel. Today's video I'm going to show you how to crochet these paw print Christmas tree ornaments. They're very easy. They just take a small amount of 2 colors of yarn. Now I wrote this pattern about 6 or 7 years ago and I never did a video on it. So I thought this Christmas season was a great time to go back through the pattern, retest it, update it with lots of new pictures, and you can find that free pattern link down in the notes underneath this video. It's super easy and you can use up some of your leftover yarn scraps. These also make great gift tags for your pet loving friends. And if you leave the button off the center of your Christmas ornament, it also is the nice size for a coaster. It measures about 4 inches across and about 4.5 inches long. So that's a great size for a coaster. To make some of these paw print Christmas ornaments or gift tags or whatever you want to use them for, you're going to need some yarn, of course. These are all different brands of yarn. Peaches and cream, sugar and cream. This variegated one is I Love This Cotton. And I believe this particular green is also I Love This Cotton. So you can use whatever cottons that you have on hand. I'm going to be making a special one for my Rosie, and so I'm going to use this pink sparkle cotton. I love this cotton, and this is an ivory cotton that I'm going to be using as well. And then you're going to need a button if you want to embellish the center of your paw print. And so I found this adorable zebra print, pink and black, sort of gray button. Now, a good place to look for fun buttons, of course, over in your Christmas departments right now. But you can also find a lot of interesting and different types of buttons if you look, yes, in your fabric department button racks, but also over in your scrapbooking area as well. That is where I found this pink and gray one at my local Hobby Lobby. So don't just go to the Christmas department. Look over by the buttons in the fabric department or look over in the buttons by the scrapbooking department. I also sometimes, I'm giving away one of my secrets, sometimes I go into Goodwill and look at the children's clothing because you can pick up a shirt or something with lots of really fun buttons on it really cheap at your local thrift stores. Just something that I like to do. We're going to be stitching today with our H hook, which is a 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. You'll need a needle for weaving in ends and sewing on your buttons, and then of course you'll need a pair of scissors. I'm starting with my off-white ivory sparkle color. We're going to make our slip knot, and then we'll chain 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to join this chain 5 into a circle. Place the tail of yarn over your hook and pull that through. We'll snug that down and tie that stay knot. If you prefer to use the magic circle here, you certainly can. We'll put our hook in, pull up a loop, and chain 3. The chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet, and I'm going to stitch 11 more. Yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, and go through the second 2. So my chain 3 counted as 1. I'm stitching 11 more double crochets, so I'll have a total of 12 double crochets. You'll also notice I'm stitching over the tail of yarn. That way I can just pull that string and close that hole in the center of my paw print. Let's see how many I've done so far. So here's my chain 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 2 more double crochets, so I have a total of 12 stitches. I'm going to join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch, and I'm going to chain 3. Now, before I go on to row 2, I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to gently pull that string and close up that hole in the center of my paw print. And then I'll just go ahead and close it up. I'll thread that onto my needle. And just go around that a little bit under those stitches. And then I'll just go back the other way and do that again. All right, and now that is all nice and tidy, and I can cut that string off, and I don't have to come back and worry about that. Now, if you prefer to do that at the end of your project, you certainly can. All right, so for row 1, we have 12 double crochets. We joined to our chain 3 with a slip stitch, and then we chained 3. For row 2, our chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, and so we're going to double crochet in the same stitch as our chain 3, and then we're going to stitch 2 double crochets in each of the double crochets around. So since we had 12 double crochets in round or row 1, we're going to have 24 double crochets in round 2. So I'm just going to stitch 2 double crochets in each of the double crochets around. When I get back over here, I'll join to my chain 3. I stitched 2 double crochets in each of those 12, so I have 24. I'm going to join to my chain 3 with a slip stitch. I'm going to leave this yarn attached, and I'm going to bring in my second color, which is this light pink. And what we're going to do on this row is we're going to stitch 2 single crochets in this first stitch. Then we'll stitch 1 single crochet in the next. 2 single crochets in the next, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in the next. And we'll repeat this all the way around. 1, 2 single crochets in the next, 1 in the next, 2 single crochets in the next, 1 in the next. And that's going to give us a nice flat row of single crochets all the way around. And we'll repeat this, working 2 and 1 all the way around, and then we'll join back to our first single crochet. I completed row 3, stitching 2 single crochets in the next, 1 in the next, 2 and 1 all the way around, so you're going to have 36 single crochets. We're going to join to that first single crochet with a slip stitch. We're going to leave this pink attached, or our color 2 attached, and bring back up our color 1. Now we're going to make the little toes or pads of our paws. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet in the next single crochet. We're going to half double crochet in the next single crochet. Yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 of those loops. Now in the next single crochet, we're going to stitch 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll stitch a half double crochet in the next single crochet, and then single crochet in the next. So that's one of our pads or toes made, and we need to do this 3 more times. So half double crochet in the next, 3 double crochets in the next, 1, 2, 3, half double crochet in the next, and then single crochet in the next. So now we have 2 made. So half double crochet in the next, 3 double crochets in the next, 1, 2, and 3, half double crochet in the next, and then single crochet in the next. So now we have 3. We need to do 1 more. Half double crochet, 3 double crochets in the next. Whoops. There we go. 1, 2, 3, half double crochet in the next, and then single crochet in the next. So there's our 4 toes. We're going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch, and we're going to cut this yarn, and we'll just pull that loop to the back. There we go. And tie that off to the back. And we'll weave that in a little bit later, but we want that to look nice and neat. So now we have the 4 toes stitched. So now we're going to come back over here where we left our pink or our color 2 yarn attached. We're going to go in that first single crochet of our toes and bring it in, and then we'll stitch a single crochet right in that first stitch. Alright, we'll stitch a single crochet in the half double crochet. We'll stitch a single crochet in the first double crochet. And then in this center double crochet of those 3, we're going to stitch 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. Then we'll go to the next double crochet and stitch 1. We'll stitch 1 single crochet in that half double crochet. Now the single crochet that we stitch where this single crochet is, we're not going to stitch in that single crochet. We're going to go in the single crochet below it. So we'll go down in, pull up that loop, and single crochet. Alright, let's do the next toe. Single crochet in the half, double crochet, single crochet in the first double crochet. Then in that center double crochet, we'll stitch 2 singles, 1 single in the double crochet, 1 single in the half double crochet, and then we'll stitch that long single crochet in the single crochet below. So now we have 2 toes made. And we'll repeat that on these last 2 toes. So we have 1 more toe to do. So single crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 and 2 in that center, single crochet, and then we'll join right down there with a slip stitch, and then we'll just slip stitch to that next stitch. And we'll pull that loop to the back. There we go. And so here are our 1, 2, 3, 4 toes, and we have a little bit of weaving in to do on the back. So I'm going to get that tidied up, and I'll show you how to finish it up. I tidied up the back, weaved in all my ends, and so my paw print looks really pretty, and it's going to be really nice for Rosie. And so I want to add this button to the center. So I've threaded on some pink yarn. And let's see, the shank goes sideways, so we want to make sure we do that sideways. So I want to come up and make a little loop first. And leave a tail so we can tie that in the back. And then we'll just put our button on. You can also glue your buttons on if you want to use hot glue or E6000. Since this isn't something that's going to be worn or played with a lot, it's really just decorative. I think glue would be all right if you want to glue those on. Those that have a shank in the back or buttonholes, I usually go ahead and sew them on. I don't have to wait for the glue to dry that way. Although with hot glue it dries pretty quickly. Alright, so I'm tying 3 knots on the back, and I'm going to just clip that off. And you don't have to put a button if you don't want to. I just like doing that. And I like this one because it looks kind of like a bow, although it is a dog bone with the pink and gray. And then I've got another piece of yarn here that I'm going to use for the hanger. And so what I do is I go in through here, right in the center, and I just pull that through. Nothing fancy. And you can add beads or baubles or whatever you want to personalize it. You could leave the bone off and maybe put your dog's initial on there. Or if you have some of those beads with letters, that would be fun too. Just personalize it however that you want to. For the dog or the person, or even any animal person would love this. You can personalize it in their favorite colors or, you know, their favorite things. So that is our dog paw Christmas ornament that works as a gift tag or even a coaster. And so again, you can see I've made them in different colors, and you can do whatever colors that you like and just get in your yarn stash, use up some of your leftover buttons, some of your leftover yarns, and make some wonderful Christmas ornaments and gift tags.